It's like learning to lament the misfortune of individuals who are still lively. How do I move on without making my guardians feel like I'm moving on without them? Savannah inquired on her podcast. Savannah Chrisley is learning more almost her internal quality as her guardians serve a combined 19 a long time in prison for charge extortion. In spite of the fact that it's been over a year since her parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, reported to prison for their association in a multi-million-dollar bank extortion and charge avoidance plot, the Chrisley Knows Best star, 26, is opening up almost why she proceeds to battle with exploring her life on the May 28 scene of her podcast Unlocked. It's so intense since I've said it sometime recently. It's mother and father not being here, she said, whereas examining her parents' non-appearance on Mother's Day. It's like learning to lament the misfortune of individuals who are still lively, and melancholy is genuine. It is. In some cases, I like to turn a dazzle eye to it. I like to not feel it. Noticing that she likes to fair pack it all absent, she included that she's attempting to figure out perfect way greater than the most perfect way to navigate her feelings additionally, not feel blameworthy, almost moving on with my life. It's so difficult since just, like the to begin with year mother and father were gone. Actually, each end of the week, I was gone. Each end of the week, I went and gone to one of them, she clarified. And presently, I say we go twice a month presently. And there's unquestionably a few blame related with it since you're like, nah, I shouldn't be moving on with my life. I ought to be there. I ought to be seeing them. Savannah said that she's moreover been managing with blame over her yearning to induce hitched and have kids. I'm attempting to figure out, affirm, how do I move on without making my guardians feel like I'm moving on without them? How do I, if you don't mind everybody, which I think is kind of difficult to do, proceeded Savannah. It's likely incomprehensible. I do not know. It's truly tough. The podcast have continued by sharing a sight that truly reverberated with her when she was overpowered by her feelings. Be glad of how you've been taking care of these past few months, the noiseless fights you battled, the minutes you had to humble yourself, the times you've wiped your claim tears, celebrate your quality, the site read. Earlier within the scene, Savannah, who is now the essential guardian of her niece, Chloe, and her brother, Grayson, touched on how she burst into tears after receiving a Mother's Day card for Chloe that made her realize she's doing a great work as a gatekeeper. Chloe composed a letter to me for Mother's Day, and the letter says, "Happy Mother's Day to Savannah. I know simply weren't expecting me and Grayson to come in your hands, but you're doing a great work with me and Grayson. Keep up your work. Cherish, Chloe," she shared.